Cotton cold. I have my gloves back on, which are mitten gloves. I love them. Have my warm sweater on top of my other sweater. Have my silk scarf, which I adore. It's all about Festival of the Arts colors here. And now it's time to go to my last food location. Winchester is changing into something a little warmer, a little longer, because cold. He was like sitting and watching a show and sitting in a cold. No, can't do that right now. I was like, I can understand that. Yeah, this particular little scooter bug thingy goes in between working okay and then not working at all. It's rolling backwards if it's not a completely flat surface, and there are surprisingly a lot more ramped surfaces here than I thought there were. But that being said, I'm loving the scarf though. Isn't that perfect? All right, so we're gonna head to Japan now. I just saw the Broadway show. I probably put a few snippets in there for you, and I hope you've enjoyed those. I'm gonna head to Japan now. Winchester, like I said, isn't here yet. We'll be meeting up with him. We've got dining tonight at Takumi Tei, which I'm very excited about. It's a multi-course experiential experience. And yes, somewhere I think I lost a gift card that had been at $500 and I only used about 60, 70 bucks on it. I am not happy about that. It was the first night. I'm not sure where it would have gone. I think I might have left it on the table at the restaurant. I'm not happy. So we will be looking at that, but as of right now, I'm not happy about that. We're going to figure it out. Okay, so I haven't been able to charge this at all today, but I haven't been on as much, and we started later. Oh, the ball is lit up. We're going to go over to the water and take a look at the ball first. It's so pretty, even here through the America trees. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see it through the trees. Well, right now it's gone to clearish. Did you see the rainbow? I don't know. I think this is the Figment song, which is one little spark of inspiration. Yeah, they're playing the Figment song right now. They also do Rainbow Connection during this festival, which is kind of awesome with those rainbow colors. It's so beautiful. So yeah, we're going to head somewhere where you can see that a little better. I'm happy that I'm a little bit warmer with all these extra layers on, but let's go get a sushi donut and figure out our food. What's interesting is that's what you're looking at right now, is bright pink for me, and I don't think that's coming through at all on your screen here. But this is my favorite. It's this magenta into red into orange, and it's just so pretty. Pretty, yay, cold, yay. Hi, we're in the middle of dinner. I've hit my savory overload.
We've had our day overload.
We've had our day overload, yeah, and I am shutting down. I'm getting you've been out in the cold all day chills, and it's not fever chills. It's you ate too much, you probably drank too much. Your body's saying something's off. And
go to bed.
Yeah, go home, go to bed. And we still have 2 courses with our meal to go. I mean, and I feel horrible because the food is exceptional. I've packed some of it to go, and I'm hoping I can have some or pack it and go with it when we get in. But yeah, I am not. I'm just like, which is a shame. But we had an incredible day.
We finally got to go see a lot of the countries, or at least I did. And I was looking forward to that. I didn't experience a lot of rides or anything like that, but just actually to walk past them and go, Morocco, that's nice. Italy, fantastic.
Well, most of them aren't rides. The only rides in the countries are the Mexico ride where that line got way too long.
Yes.
And Frozen.
Yes. Those are the 2 that are probably in my head.
Yeah. Well, we did Ratatouille. There was a movie in China and a movie in France. Animatronic show in the American Pavilion. That's about it. Most of it is walking through, shopping, and seeing stuff in the countries. You're learning there's little history bits through everything. Best part of today so far.
Oh. I'm gonna have to take a minute to think about that here.
Okay.
The best part of the day was the best part of the day was the impromptu conversation with one of the artists.
That was nice.
Yeah, you want to get in?
Scooter. No, not Scooter. Yeah, Scooter. The artist by the name of Scooter, his wife was Crystal, I believe. And Winchester had some questions about the style of art he had.
Right, which I did finally look up, and it is a design style called Atomic. And it's what you think of with 1950 when everything was trying to look like it was getting ready
Like
for the Jetsons. Yeah.
I realize we're dating ourselves with that, but I wanted to ask about that, so I kind of drove up, and he finished with whatever client he was with, and I was like, can you answer a question, a more art-based question? And he had called it sort of a neo-modern, something like that, but he had given it that name, and we just started chatting. We don't know how we got to it, but we ended up starting to talk about the work that Winchester and I used to do together.
He asked you how you were feeling, and
because I was wearing the knee
brace. We used to do
brace,
acrobatics together.
And then we started talking about the acro we used to do together. And so he was very sweet, and he sent some very positive wishes my way, and he and his wife were just very sweet and very charming.
They're the kind of people that I actually enjoy having dinner with.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're that fortunate where we can actually drum up conversations with people and make new friends.
The last thing was we found out he was one of the original artists, or the artist in Mulan, in the original. He was talking about how it was the first time Imagineers or animators did the work here in Florida instead of out in
California.
No, it's California. I'm trying to remember what the whole Disney Imagineering location out there. That's where everything had been done before, and this was the first time it had been done on this coast. And it was a team that kind of come together, and they were, I guess, really under that pressure to improve and impress everyone. So he was like, and I said, you bonded over it. And I went, yeah, that's the right word, we bonded. So. Really lovely chat. There's a very bizarre sound coming from behind us where they're working on the Skyliner stuff. It sounds like boingity boingity cables.
It's the suspension cables that you would normally hear in a drawbridge or a suspension bridge.
Which I actually don't know if I've ever heard, but that's kind of cool. So we are going back to the beach club now. And we left this thing charged in during our, 3-hour dinner, and it's still... It almost, like, I went to turn it on, went about a foot, and then the thing died on me, and I had to turn it back on again. So, it is what it is. I think this is our last hill. He is helping me push up the hill because I can't do it on my own right now. Well, I can, but it would be very slow and scary and painful. This particular vehicle is having issues. So, I am thanking him as he works behind me, which you probably can see. We are going back to Beach Club. I am turning this in so that because I'm done with it, and we'll be leaving at 4 a.m. So we're going to do that now, then pack up, get ready for bed, and get ready for our flight. Packing up, back at the room. It is 10:36 in the evening. We're being picked up at 4:30. We have less than 6 hours. We're getting to bed as fast as we can. When he's done brushing his teeth, we'll ask him very quickly what his best and worst parts of the day are as he's finishing up his packing, and then we're done. This has been an amazing trip. Whirlwind, fun, exciting, challenging, but good. Oh, makeup off all the face and all that. Favorite part of the trip?
Favorite part of the trip?
Well, you can do favorite part of the day first, but...
Well, is that a question too?
Sure. You don't have to, but...
Favorite part of the trip? You know, the meal that we had at the...
Summer House on the Lake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an excellent way to start the trip. I'm still thinking about that chicken sandwich.
That was a good dome chicken sandwich, as it was.
So there you go. Favorite part of Disney.
Okay.
Favorite part of Disney. I like Epcot in general, but going to the different countries. I guess because we hit it first, and because Ratatouille was there and whatnot. France just seemed fun. I like that. Canada was a close second because it's just so damn nice in Canada. Favorite food? Of today. I'll give a...
Okay, for today, because I know what the other one is.
The short rib?
Yes.
Yes, that's my good...
The Germany short rib.
Yes, eat an entire plate of that for the rest of my life.
I can accept that.
Any other questions?
Worsts.
The worsts.
It's the worst food of the trip.
The worst food of the trip. Wow.
I think it's that soy wrapped thing you had at dinner tonight. And that was not the whole meal, but just that portion of it.
Just that portion of it, yes. I felt terrible. We learned in the whole, I Googled it, Japanese culture, it's considered rude to leave things left over on the plate.
Right.
So I was like, oh, okay, I'll try and be part of the clean plate club.
And the next thing that showed up.
Nope, I'm going to be a rude American.
Yeah, it was basically it looked like a spring roll, but it was a very thick soy paper. And I don't mean light, I mean like thick. Like he went to bite it and he couldn't chew through it. And then very thinly sliced cucumber and a very thickly sliced radish, all raw. And between the chew of the soy paper and the thickness of the radish, he could not bite it. He literally had to rip it apart just to ingest it, and he couldn't even chew, even without that, he couldn't chew the soy paper. He physically couldn't chew it. So, yeah, he totally left that on the plate. He was good about finishing pretty much everything else. I was not, but I at least asked them to pack everything up. The thing I felt the worst about is I thought we were already to dessert, and he had mentioned a broth, and I thought, well, he got a broth, that's got to be it. And then they brought me an exact same bowl of that miso soup and broth. And normally, I am all about the miso soup. And I looked at it and went, if you ever remember that Monty Python sketch, I'm going to throw up. That's what I felt like. I just couldn't do any more salt. Like my body was shaking when you have too much of the wrong thing. So we did not have that. That was bad. I mean, let me clarify. It was bad that I couldn't have it. It was wonderful. Everything that I had on the main plate, some things I didn't like as much as others, but it was all so beautifully prepared. It was exquisitely done. You know, even the thing, like, just to create a wrapped thick soy paper spring roll with all the Japanese flavors, you know, oh my God, it was great. All right, so we're going back to him if he's ready.
Yes.
Okay, so, all right, so that was your worst food of the trip. Your worst food today was, I guess, the same thing. Yeah, it's still today.
Today. I'm trying to think of worst food of the trip. I don't know, the espresso martini comes to the top of my list.
I liked that one. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that was the only thing I'm like, I don't want this at all.
Okay.
I have a feeling though never mind. No, go ahead.
Okay. The takeaways from coming to Disney or to Epcot at least for the first time, and what any experience you'd like to share, any advice you'd like to give other than find a Sherpa?
Give me a minute.
Okay.
Like Disney in general for the first time, or just coming to Epcot?
Well, because you've been to Disney, right?
Yes.
So so Epcot, because this was your new experience. But the sort of the overall Disney experience when you're not hanging out with smokers.
The thing that, it's very easy to get overwhelmed, and to think like, okay, I'm here, I have to do the ride, let's get in line. There was a number of times when the line on certain things just got too long, and we're like, no, we'll try to come back later. You're not going to do everything.
Oh.
You're not going to do it, and just enjoy the sights more than riding rides. Yeah, that's about it. Get the memories, get the pictures.
Get the memory maker for the photos.
You're not going to get your money's worth.
Yeah, fair enough. Or what you feel is your money's worth, I will say that.
Correct. But if you appreciate experiences, you're going to like that. And then just as a pet peeve, which is funny from a blogger, or vlogger, or whatever this is.
Yeah.
Don't watch everything from the back side of your phone. Put the phone down, just enjoy it. Take a picture, put it down.
Yeah.
Be in the moment.
There are times, of course, that like I would love to have filmed it, like the conversation we had with Scooter today. I would love to have filmed that because it was a great experience, but it was a personal moment, and it was a lovely moment, and I didn't want to destroy that by saying, "Hey, I'm going to pull my camera out now." No, I wanted it to be in that moment. Now, in all fairness, and also, like when I film the Broadway singers, when I film the fireworks shows, what I will often do is make sure the camera is angled at the right area, and I might check it up and down a few times, but then I look away from the camera and I just look up and watch what it is, because when you're live, like you guys see it so shrunk, but when you're live, things do feel closer. The details are more extreme. And you get this incredible sense of magic. But always be willing to stop and chat with everyone. And what I always advise people is, before you go, make your list of, I must do these 3 or 4 things or it's not a successful trip. Whatever those things are, plan them. Plan them early in the trip and give yourself a lot of leeway and time around it. And everything else you do is gravy. You know, your must-dos, your I'd like to do's, and your no way in hells. And just work your way through that. And then be willing to take that plan that you make and throw it out the window when something magical comes by. That's my best advice.
You've been trying to get me down here for years.
Yes.
What was it like bringing Mike Winchester down to Disney?
It was fun because there were more in-jokes. And you guys didn't see some of the funniest moments because the camera didn't happen to be on, and I wasn't going to suddenly turn it on and say, let's reenact that moment, you know. It's really great, and I've traveled with a lot of people I love and really great friends. But those moments, you just want to stop and have them. You know, it's that same kind of thing. I liked the fact that he was like, no, Disney was bad, and we had to be the smoking, it was this. I meant, let me let you see it with a different set of eyes. And the moment he walked into the Ratatouille area and he lit up and went, this is my favorite movie. I was like, I didn't know that. And he just got giddy and happy. And wait, no, I want to stop and see this. Wait, no, I want to stop and see that. That to me was the magic. Now, in all fairness, we know each other really well. And we started snipping at each other, which was good that we had times where, here, go look at art. I will go over do this. Here, look at this. I will go and do this. And there were plenty of things that, you know, I appreciate, and we know each other to know, oh, we're pushing that limit, let's shut up now. He's pushing that limit, he knows he needs to shut up now. You know, and we just know that about each other, and that makes it helpful. It doesn't mean you don't, every Disney trip, you will hit that line, you will hit that limit where it's like, this is the person I like and I don't like them right now. It happens. Let it go, it's okay. It's all good. So we had those moments where I know he was getting frustrated with me and I was getting frustrated with him. It's life. But it was fun, and it lasted for seconds. And I think that's the joy of it. So that was what taking Winchester was here like. I got him to go. And the best part is, now that he's been and he's had fun, he might go with his wife and kids. You know, she's never going to forgive me if you don't go with your wife and kids after this.
That's your problem, not mine.
She's never going to forgive him either. But yeah, just to give him the idea that this can be a neat experience, and it's not just looking at Mickey Mouse. And it's not just sell. And it's not just, you know, it's not all of that. Now, you guys could end up going to something like Pop Century, which is a much less expensive resort off that Skyliner. Sleeps 4 people, two queen-size beds. 1 sink, but it's still a decent-sized room. And there's a quick service food court that's inexpensive food there, and then you can go into the parks to do fun stuff. So there's flexibility, and I love that too. I don't want to ramble too much though because it's late. Any last words you would like to share? Well, I mean, we'll have some recap at the airport, but probably not much coherent. Okay, he's good. We're tired. Goodbye, room. Getting trash. Hi. It's morning. Goodbye, room. Goodbye, detritus. Goodbye, painting of Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Donald. And the sleeping bed we did not use. And the last cup of coffee. And all the other cool stuff that we're now walking away from. Here we go. Hi. Just throwing off the very last of the odds and ends. It is 4:23, 24. He's going to be here at 4:30. He's grabbing his coffee and we're heading downstairs. Okay, here we go.
Because of this airport.
Yeah, because it'll take a lot more in the morning with all the more families going home.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning. I know, now that we leave. I'm so annoyed.
I know. It wasn't too bad though, was it?
It was pretty brutal when it got dark. We're at the airport. I still have hair, it's just under the hat. In fact, for now we'll take it off. Oh, not fun. Okay, so he's stopping over at McDonald's. He's probably just getting, Egg McMuffin and without the bread. I've done that before, I just don't feel like it right now. I also have lots of leftovers from my my Takumi Tei dinner, and if I was paying $250, give or take, yeah, I wanna keep a record of that. So, tired. Did not sleep well. The matcha tea has a lot of caffeine, I think. I was getting... my heart was racing last night. I didn't do a lot of caffeine. Racing when we got to bed. And I was a little concerned. I actually started looking up the female heart attack signs. Welcome to my world. Just because it was that little bit of indigestion plus the heart racing. My heart was like, what the hell? So, yeah, as you're laying there, you hear the shoom, shoom, shoom when you lay certain directions because your blood's moving so fast. Like, So I looked up heart attack symptoms. Luckily, they didn't fit enough of them. Nothing else there's like about 8 symptoms because they're different generally for women, and maybe 1.5 fit. And I was like, is it? Try some Zen breathing. It's feeling better. Okay, so it probably is better, it's like brain. So we have a little bit of a walk down there. The gate agent was lovely. I checked my bag and then I'd forgotten to get for extra time because of the knee braces and the back brace. And as I was doing that, she's like, "Would you have a particular seat you like?" I'm like, "Generally, I prefer to be in that front row because it gives me the legroom to stretch out." She went, "I'll give you pre-boarding." I was like, "That's amazing, thank you." So it was very sweet of her to be so generous and kind about it. So now I will be able to get on, I think it was like B20. I mean, it wasn't awful. Although with family groups, if they're coming in, that is harder. Although I don't see as many families trying to get into this flight, but I see some. I see a lot of lightsabers coming through. So yeah, so we're here. I don't know how much more we're gonna get. I appreciate you guys coming along. This is a fun experience. So just as a side note, Japanese food tastes really good as leftovers the next morning. The Wagyu beef and the fish I didn't finish last night, I just had. It was awesome. 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 would recommend. He's looking at his phone. I have no hair when I put this on, this really crazy hair. Silly hair back. So, are you up for sharing any last words, or are you still tired? Are you too tired? Yeah, that was bad. Okay. That was about it. So, off to the plane, montage footage. English. Montage footage. See you on the other side. Done so already, please remember to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. None of the bad stuff. And don't forget that I don't have a tagline. Singing hey ho, a maiden's life, 1, 2, 3. Hey ho, a maiden's life, won't you drink with me?